welcome back, everyone. This is another episode of Poker Tips and Tricks. I am Bear Jared.
And you have Ravioli here.
So we're gonna be playing another round, probably of sit and go today, showing you guys how to excel at the higher stake tables of sit and go tournament. Sit and go tournament, for those of you who maybe aren't aware, is a tournament where you have a single table. You buy in, and then when you win that table, you're done. You're the winner of the tournament. So rather than have multiple tables and have it drag on for a long period of time, you have just the one table. So you can do a quick, somewhere between 10, 30 minutes game.
Yeah, I think it just kind of depends on how lucky your cards are or how strong your cards are. And
Sure, yeah.
Sweet, let's go ahead and dive into it.
Okay, what stakes would you like to play at?
Let's dive right into the high stakes.
The high stakes.
High
Okay.
stakes.
How about a 10 million?
10
buy-in?
million? That's pretty high.
All right, yeah, this is 10% of my wallet I'm buying in for,
Ooh.
so
Gonna risk
let's
it
do
all
it.
right now.
Yeah.
Sweet, looks like we got Chucky's at the table, or Ha is at the table.
I'm going to go with Chucky. It's very difficult for me to remember names.
Yes. Alright, looks like that table's slowly filling up.
Yeah, it'll take a minute or two. Again, like we talked about in our last broadcast with these high stakes tables, there's just fewer people who have that much money to be able to buy into these tables. So it takes a little bit longer than if you're playing at the lower stakes. Because there's fewer people that you can play with.
Sweet. Looks like we're just waiting for a couple more people to join.
Yeah.
And the tournament will go ahead and get started. Come on, one more person.
Oh, pocket
And
sevens. This
we're
is great.
in.
So I don't expect anyone to be shoving all in on the first hand with no other bets in front of them because people are playing at a much higher level of expertise at these stakes. Generally, the more money you have, the better play you are because you had to earn that money.
Alright, what are we doing here?
All right, so sevens is actually a pretty low pair. You don't want to play it too strong because if you miss the flop like we did,
Yes.
you really can't do much to continue. I'll go ahead and check here.
Let's check.
I'm not too worried about a king. I feel like a king might have raised. It's also less likely that somebody has a king now.
I think there was definitely a king out there.
So if anything, maybe somebody has a 10, which they might fold if you were to raise them here. There's a really small raise by the cat, so I'm just going to repop it.
Alright, let's see if we get any callers. Got one.
Okay, yeah, so there's two folds.
Ooh.
All right, now I'm really not worried about
gosh.
a king. Again, just kind of the 10 that frightens me now. So, oh, ran out of time. I was talking too much. We're playing at some faster tables. Person folded anyway.
Took it
Good
down.
play. That's how it's
done. We'll take the full house.
No, what I was saying before that hand got to the flop was that it was something like a pocket sevens. You might be excited because it's a pocket pair, but if you don't get a 7 on the flop, a lot of times you're just going to have 2 or 3 overcards to your sevens. So it's going to be hard for you to continue if you don't hit something. And most of the time you won't hit a set on the flop. So it's not something you want to play very aggressively because you'll be building the pot if you do. And then any bets that you make afterwards will have to be bigger and bigger in order to actually mean something. And you're not going to have that strong of a hand, so it's not worth it.
Yeah, definitely. I think kind of one of the big mistakes that a lot of players do, or they maybe play pocket sevens or just a low pocket pair too aggressive or early on, and then yeah, you're definitely committed at that point.
Yeah.
Just gonna have to play it all the way to the end, and there's a good chance it's not gonna be in your favor.
Yeah, and the other thing to note was it was a full ring. It was a full table. There were 9 people at the table. Yeah, I would have played it obviously more aggressively if there were 3 people, 4 people, but with a full 9-person table, it's just too many opponents for me to go up against with such a small pair. Okay. We got a raise and a call all around. The 3 isn't really a game changer. No straights got there, no flushes got there. Queen is ace. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So second pair
Two
versus. Actually surprised to not see a raise there.
yeah, he's
With the ace 10.
definitely slow playing that one.
Yeah, the only thing that you reasonably are afraid of is somebody with ace queen, and that's still not that often going to happen. Obviously, the person with ace six and the person with king queen, we're just hoping to check it down, and
You fold that one. Oh,
I'm gonna call it.
you're gonna call.
Yeah, there's so many callers ahead of me that they're just giving me good pot odds in order to do it. Okay, now I'm gonna fold it. That's an easy fold. I'm actually hoping that somebody shoves back all in, I'll fold, and the original raiser will almost be forced to call. So we'll knock somebody out of the tournament. And if he takes it down here, that's
I don't know.
It's $100 he's gonna
Seems
win.
like, oh, what's Chucky gonna do?
No, we're just gonna fold as well. You can take it.
Wow, everybody's playing pretty conservative.
Yeah, well, that's a strong raise there.
Sure.
And
I've been, excuse me, one of the features that I usually play is sit and go even at the high stakes, and I don't know, I just always see erratic behavior. Everybody seems to always be going all in all the time. But
even
not,
at the high stakes.
even at the high stakes,
Wow,
yeah.
that's surprising.
Not today though.
Do you find that it changes the gameplay going from a low stakes table to a high stakes table? Has it become different?
Within the first probably like 5 to 10 hands, I think that it's the same. I think as the tournament kind of drags on,
It becomes
it becomes
it
normal
separates.
or
Okay.
more conservative play.
Okay. I think part of that is people have just invested more time as the tournament goes on, so they care more about winning.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think
If you've
you
been sitting here for 20, 30 minutes, you don't want to just go all in with nothing and then
sure,
give
it
it
would just be a waste of your time. Right?
up.
All right, 6-8 offsuit.
There have not been any huge hands so far.
Nope, there's one.
We had the
Oh,
one
there's a
big
big
raise
raise.
from the cat earlier, and that got folded all around. It might be the same case here with this very strong raise. I'm not going to
Lay
call
down.
this 6-8
Yeah.
offsuit. Okay,
Here we go.
it's going to be raise. I'm assuming this person's going to go all in, and then a call.
Look at
I'm
that.
not really sure why they didn't do it before the flop. It's going to go in anyway.
Ooh.
Ace 10. Ace holds up.
Well,
Ace
too
high.
bad we didn't stay around for that one.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
And another full house.
Ah.
Well,
All right, so there's obviously going to be a $18 raise from who's this? This is Tammy.
Tammy. Hi, Tammy.
I'm gonna fold this. I would expect Tammy to just go all in here with her remaining 18. That's surprising.
Yeah, that's
I,
really
I
odd.
think it's gonna go in. I don't know why they wouldn't. Doesn't even matter what you have at this point.
And what is she going to do? Wow, I'm so surprised to see that she's not really doing anything. She's just kind of checking it up all the way through. I mean, 18 chips, she's not going to be left with much. I don't even think that covers the big blind right
No,
now.
it doesn't even cover. I think it's 2040, so I don't
Yeah.
think it even covers the small blind.
All right. What's it going to be?
Yeah.
High card. Wow, I did not expect to see that.
Okay, this is good. Some connected face cards, always strong. Not awesome position. Something I just kind of want to call with. You generally have to have the later you are to act, the stronger hand you have to have in order to raise. Just because all the people ahead of you will likely have a strong hand as well. So for you to have a stronger hand than them, you have to have a stronger hand. Which means that in order for you to raise, you have to have a higher hand than you would in an earlier position. So that's why I didn't raise there. This, still got two good cards. The king is the only thing that we're kind of worried about. Tammy, I'm not really afraid of Tammy. It's really just the cat and the top left player.
It's too bad we don't have a dog at the table.
Scare the cat away. All right, now my hand's pretty much set. I'm not gonna call anything here. I think somebody might have been raising with an ace, even if it was a weak ace. So as much as I want to see this hand, I'm gonna have to fold it. Okay, now I'm expecting something like a 2 or a 7 and maybe a weak ace.
And
King!
wow.
Both people had a king. Wow. That was very lucky. And she's right back in the action.
Right back in it.
Down to $18 at one point.
Yeah, for those watching, that was a split pot between the cat and Tammy. Just want to reiterate about playing the best possible hand that's on the table. I think in the last segment we were kind of talking about that. Some people get a little bit confused with the split pots and
Sure.
how the chips get divided up.
Yeah, so you take the best 5 cards that are available to you. Oh, this is beautiful. We have a flush draw. We have a gut shot royal flush draw. We have a gut shot straight draw. Really like our hand right here. So we're going to do a little less than pot size bet. We're looking to get a caller.
I think you're being a little aggressive here, but
Okay.
let's see. We got one.
One caller.
Oh.
Okay, we've got a pair as well. Now I'm actually going to do this.
Quick, get it off. Just in time.
There you go. There you go.
Down.
Didn't even have to show it down.
There it is.
A little bit of aggression goes a long way. I'm going to fold this 2-3 offsuit. Bad position, bad cards. Got some money behind us.
This is what, our maybe 10th, 11th hand right now? It's been 13 minutes, yeah?
Yeah.
Surprised nobody has been knocked out yet.
Yeah, Tammy almost was, but she came back with a very lucky set of kings.
Okay.
A good thing about these tournaments, too, is that there is definitely a hard time limit on these because the blinds go up and eventually it just becomes where you would be forced to go all in. So if you're looking for something where you know that it's not going to last all day, this is a good arena for you to play in.
Just gotta wait for the decent hand and just play it out. Hope that you come out ahead.
Yeah. You can't wait all day, though, because like we just said, the blinds are just going to keep going up and up. I don't like our position here. We're going to potentially be acting first if the dealer in the small blind folds. Okay, small blind has called. We'll be acting second. We don't have awesome cards. It's only $80 more, though, so I'm going to call. I'm just going to check this.
Check it, yeah.
I'm expecting an all-in here. There we go. I have to fold at this point.
Yeah, definitely. Just gotta throw that away. I think somebody's gonna make the flush.
If they haven't already.
Yeah. Let's see if that next heart comes out.
Because even if an 8 comes up now, there's only 2 8s that we would be happy with. Because if 8 of hearts comes up, we're not thrilled with that because there's 4 hearts on board.
Sure. And there's the flush.
Yeah. So a good thing to think about when you're in a situation like this where you have cards that you're looking to get. So in our case, it'd be the 8s or the 10s. Think about which of those would actually make you happy if you saw. Like if you saw the 8 of hearts on board, so you have a pair now, but now there would be 4 hearts on the board, and it'd be very easy for somebody to have the flush. Same thing with the 10. So don't rush to, oh, I need an 8, I need a 10, and there's 3 of those each. You only are happy with 2 of each of those. No, I can't call that.
Definitely throw that away.
Seeing some aggression from Tammy now.
Yeah,
she's done that. She's done that twice.
Yeah,
she pushed for, I think, 300, and then she pushed for. Was she all in there at that point? We are the dealer. Got 2 more people to go through. Okay.
All All right.
Didn't work out.
Not in our favor.
Okay, this is going to be an easy fold.
Maybe
Just going to check it ahead of time.
seemed to work out for somebody else.
Tammy's
Good
out.
size raise. Who's that we're playing with?
Ooh,
Oh,
a
kings.
all-in and a call. They did have an open-ended straight,
Yeah.
so they had about a 33% chance of winning that, but it didn't pan out for them. There was a chance that the opponent would have folded too, but that didn't happen with kings there.
And our first player is out of the Zynga.
The cat.
Cat. And Tammy.
Well, you know what they say about the cat.
What's that? I don't think I'm familiar with this one.
Curiosity
Ah,
did kill it.
curiosity killed the cat. Yes, in this tournament, it definitely played out that way.
Another all-in from Tammy.
Gotta fold that one down.
I'm actually not upset that she's doing this.
No?
We just have to have something where we can
Right.
call her. Yeah, if she keeps going in all-in every hand, we just need to sit and wait until we have a good one. We're in total control if she does this. You see some players getting
Get
frustrated.
a nice little comment there from
Vagelis?
yeah. Oh, are you calling this?
No. Please. We do have, this is known as the Doyle Brunson 210 offsuit here. The reason for that is he is the only person to have won the World Series of Poker main event, with this hand twice, back to back.
Wow. Oh, was that the time that he had done it back-to-back years,
Yeah,
right?
back-to-back years with the same final hand.
Was he the only player to win back-to-back?
That's a great question. I think so.
That's a Google search for all of our people on chat right now.
Let me throw a question out there to people in chat, if anyone knows this. It's probably going to result in a bunch of Google searches. Does anyone know who are the two players, I think there are two, that are tied for the most number of World Series of Poker main event wins? Let's see if anyone out there can get this.
Oh, I missed that. Tammy's gone, huh? Oh, that's right. She got knocked out with the three of a kind with the ace.
It's like we have one of our broadcasters from one of the other shows we do is watching us right now and interacting with some of you guys in chat. He's a good guy.
Yes,
It's
yes. Aaron is a great guy. For our regular viewers, Aaron is in chat. So if you have a question for Aaron, ask away, and I'm sure he'll be quick with a response.
He's actually a game designer here at Zynga. He works on poker. So if there's any great ideas that you guys have for the game, or any feedback you have about any of our features, gameplay, he's a good person to bounce some ideas off of.
Absolutely. Okay.
Hoping to see some more action. I don't want to see this just all feeding chips to this giant bully at the table now with 3,500.
Well, he's definitely playing it smart, that's for sure. I don't think there's been a bad play on his part so far.
People are just catching up. We have a slight delay on the broadcast here. People are just catching up to Tammy finally getting busted for going all in every time, like we were saying was going to happen. Seeing on the big blind, King 9 offsuit. I'm going to check it if it gets around to us. It's not something I want to raise with. We'll be in.
Not the best hand. I don't know. I feel like maybe we should show some muscle right now.
You want to? Okay, we're gonna.
Oh,
yeah.
Got the raise
min
off.
raise out there.
All right.
It's effectively nothing. It's an easy call for everyone.
All right.
Oh, really? One person folded that. Okay. Tough position now. Do we continue with our strategy? Small raise. We have the 10 we could get. I need to slow down. I didn't want to raise this to begin with, but since we did, I needed to continue with a small bet there.
And we end up with
Okay.
a 9.
What would you like to do in this position? Very
I say
quickly.
check.
Check
There's
it. Hope to win with a 9.
possible flush out there. Let's not get caught.
Okay. I think somebody might take it down with a jack, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh,
There.
great.
See? That
Good
didn't,
stuff.
That didn't work out too bad for us. I think
We got
lucky.
very lucky.
We definitely got lucky.
I don't know if I'd call that one a skill to play, but
No.
it ended with
We took a gamble on that one.
good result. I'll call this hope that you don't get raised by the big blind. Perfect. Okay. Bad flop.
Horrible flop.
We're out of position. I'm not
Check
going to do anything silly here. Oh, fold. Yeah. Well, it was 292. I actually might have called that. Trips. There's one more. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
And we're third in chip count now. At least there's not one person who has over 3,000. That would have been tough to take them down. The more chips you have, the more loosely you can play. So you become what's known as a bully at the table, just pushing people out of pots by raising amounts that they can't call instead of a great hand, which most of the time they don't. Because for them, it'll be putting their tournament life on the line and putting them all in. But for you, if you have a big chip stack, it doesn't matter all that much to you because you'll still be able to play even if you lose. This we want to raise. Maybe a little bit too much.
I think
Hopefully
that
we
was
had
a
a
little
call.
aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah, that was too aggressive there.
We'll take the blinds.
This is not so much. Alright, now the blinds are really big at this point.
The 2-6 offsuit. I thought in one of our last shows you said that this is one of your more favorite hands.
Oh, no, 5-6
Oh,
suited.
5-6 suited.
Not even
excuse me.
close to
Okay,
the
I was
same
like
hand.
2-6 offsuit. I thought
No.
that's what I had remembered. Okay, 5-6 suited.
Oh, wow, look at the blinds now.
Ah,
See, they go so quickly.
it's going fast now. Definitely check this. Oh,
Nothing.
nothing.
I mean, it hurts to lose 500 on nothing, but okay, now we have an open-ended. I say we check and hope to hit something. Okay, there's a 500 back
Oh.
for 8. A 16% chance of getting this straight there.
I think best thing to do is lay it down here. That's
Yeah.
almost 50% of our chip stack.
That's rough.
Ah, that was a tough one.
Send too.
That was tough. I think that hand might have taken us out of the money, but we will see.
I'm actually going to fold this. Just give them the 250. We have nothing. If they raise, we immediately have to fold. Okay, we're sitting at 4 chips down. Nope. Fold that. Hopefully somebody else knocks them out. And the 4s hold
Oh,
up.
wow. That's surprising.
It's okay. We'd rather have the money on our right than on our
Sure.
left. That way we get to see what the person with all the chips does before we have to act.
Kind of contrary to what we were talking about earlier. Was that an all-in call from you? Who's the player that's done?
It was not an all. It was an all-in raise, but it was not an all-in call. That's why nobody got knocked out in the hand. Here's the Brunson hand again. Yeah. So when you sit down, or you're going to sit down at a table, feel free to not sit down immediately. Just go to the table, see what the open positions are, and the best spot for you is generally to the left of the person with the most chips. Just because, like I said, they're going to be that bully at the table who's going to be raising more. You're going to be more aggressive a lot of the time. You won't be able to push them off of hands as much. So, sitting to the left of them, you get to see what they do first in most of the hands. So that's a good position for you to be in. Conversely, if you sit directly to their right, it's the worst position for you to be in. Nothing.
Oh man, these blinds are killing us right now.
They are. What do you? I mean, we can raise, but I feel like we just get called immediately.
Really nothing we can do here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fold this. They know I'm gonna
Hold
have
it
to
down,
fold it.
and then we're back on the small blind.
And this is going to be our last hand.
Yes, looks like.
I'm going to have to go all in here. It's... Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Wish us luck.
See you on the other side. That is not a good flop. We can
No.
backdoor a straight, but that's about it. Okay, great. Got some protection. Wow. Wow, full house.
Wow.
What are you going to do? Not really a way that we could play that differently.
Well, we tried.
Fifth place.
Fifth place.
Womp womp. Let's go play something else. I don't want to sit here and watch the rest of these guys. We can try anything you like. I think the tournaments are probably the best way to go. Would you like to do a shootout or a sit and go again?
Let's go with the sit and go again.
Okay. Same stakes, different stakes. We can do the same stakes. That's
Okay.
fine.
Let's join another 10 million.
Okay. Ron.
Ron.
Hello, Ron.
Hi, Ron. Maybe let's check out Ron's profile stats while we're waiting for other players to join. Ron, high roller, has a lot of hands played.
Yeah.
Straight flush. Wow.
$155 million pot. Only 236 million wallet though. Okay.
22%.
You see that I like to play at the 10-20 tables.
For testing purposes, right?
Yeah.
Alright, looks like we have some more players joining us. You got George with the Zynga logo there on the left. Thank you, George. Got himself
Representing.
a bracelet as well, too.
George is at level 104.
And with the royal flush.
Wow.
I think my best hand is a royal. Or maybe
I think
it's
it
a
was.
straight flush.
I think it might have been a royal flush when we looked at it. Because we played with your account the other day.
Yeah.
Okay, table's filling up quickly now.
Alright.
Spot. Let's do
about
this.
ready to get this started here. One more player.
The reason we're looking down, by the way, is because we have the iPad in front of us on the table, and then up on the screen we also have the screen showing on the monitor. It's just a slightly delayed. That's why I keep looking down to actually take my actions.
All right, and the tournament has started.
Ace Jack, great hand to start off.
Yes, one of my favorites.
Gonna be raising this.
What are we raising to?
Big blinds 20.
3 times, 4 times.
Do 4 times here. There's already $80 in there, so it's a pot-sized bet as well. Okay, missed, but the queen would give us a straight. Oh, ran out of time.
Just took note. It looks like we have one of the players from the last Zynga tournament that we played in.
Are they? Which one?
Gentleman in the upper right-hand corner over here.
Dave?
Yeah. You don't remember Dave?
No, I'm not great with names or faces. I'm a terrible travel companion, actually. Okay. Wow, nothing. Just gonna let it be, I think. It's such a small bet.
Man,
I really want to call it. I'm gonna have to call it.
From good to bad for us.
I think they might have a great hand, and it's just a value bet at the end.
I think somebody's sitting on a king. Oh, 10.
A little bit of pressure might have taken it. Could have played that hand better. 2-9. This is immediately going into the muck.
And Ron.
All right, Dave. Yeah,
Dave's in
show him
there
what you're made
too.
of.
Yeah. I think we took 5th, so he definitely probably took 4th if he was quickly able to join our tournament. Or this tournament. Oh, God. I highly doubt that either of them pair that 7.
Do you know what the best hand is that you've won with? Or sorry, the worst hand is that you've won with?
Oh, I've definitely won some really large pots with 2-7.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, did you actually make like a pair on the board or anything?
I believe I know I've definitely hit a full house with a 2-7.
Okay. Oh, it's so nice when it happens too because nobody expects you to have that.
Definitely, yeah. I feel like when I'm playing, usually at or more specifically, like in a tournament style, I'll definitely wait, for the stronger hands to show up. But every now and then, you just kind of go with that gut feeling. You're like, you know what? Been folding a lot. Think this hand just might work out for me.
Yeah. You don't want your bet sizing to give you away too. There's no facial tells or for anyone to see any of you like playing with your chips or something. So what you can do is just based on the size of somebody's bet, you can figure out what they have. A lot of times you can figure out their range of hands. So if you change it up and you start betting a little bit with some terrible hands like 2-7,
Sure.
that can actually kind of be to your advantage.
Work in your favor. Absolutely.
I don't know if anyone asked us or answered our question. I don't think anyone did. That's all right. Speaking of 2-7 offsuit,
There it is.
there it is.
I think we gotta limp in with this one.
Limp in with the
Yeah.
2-7.
Let's just call. See what happens. If nobody.
Please don't raise it.
There we
Perfect.
go. We got
There's
a 2.
That's still not great, but
Not
I mean
great.
we beat nothing.
Yeah.
If somebody has nothing, we're better than them.
Let's see if somebody has the ace. Oh, you're gonna.
I'm gonna check.
You're just gonna check. Okay.
I'm gonna check and hope that a 2 or 7 comes. Oh yeah, no,
And
not going to call that. Somebody has a 5. Somebody has an ace. Somebody actually has like 2 random cards. They stand a decent chance of getting one of them on the turn or the river. So
No, we're out of this one. We tried. What's Ron going to do?
all in, and is there gonna be a call here?
Yeah. Nicely played.
Nothing on this. I just wish we got a hand that we could do something with. Ace Jack was the only good hand we've seen
yeah.
since
Out the gate, and that didn't really
the
do
previous
much for
tournament.
us.
Yeah, 2-7 would have been great here. Okay, now who are we watching out for in this tournament? Obviously the chip leader to the left of the dealer. Is doing really well.
No.
Also, the person who got out after we did in the tournament, Dave came and sat down at our table. We should watch out for him as well, since we know that he's able to make it to the upper ranks.
Last 5 at least, yeah.
Last 4. 10 would be nice. So for any straight here that you have that's open-ended, so in our case it would have been 8, 9, 10, Jack, you have about a 34% chance of hitting the straight. You've got 2 cards to come and 8 cards that would give you the straight. So if you want to do some quick mental math, take the number of cards that would give you something you want, which in our case is 8, and multiply it by 4. And that is just about, with 2 cards to come, your chance of getting them. So 8 cards that we want, 2 cards to come, means 8 times 4 or 32. Somewhere between 2 and 32, 34% chance of us getting those. There are a lot of books out there too for those of you that are interested in some of the mathematics of poker. There's actually a book called The Mathematics of Poker. But a lot of them, David Sklansky's Theory of Poker, that's a favorite of mine. It goes over a lot of the basics that some other books build on. It's a good place to start. Pretty uneventful. The ace there doesn't change anything. If somebody already had an ace, the second ace doesn't help them. They were already ahead. Jack 6.
Blinds are up again.
Blinds are up. I think people are watching the new tournament that we're in at this point.
Yeah. Looks like they
$60. We're gonna check it. Nothing. I mean, you can't rely just on getting good cards, but we're not in a great position to be trying to do anything anyway. We're second to act. There's 5 people still in the hand.
Just quickly taking a look at the chat here on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Looks like we got Aaron who's using Google Translate. So apparently, if you have any question in any language,
He'll do his best to try and answer it.
He's going to do his best to try to communicate with you.
Take it down. I'll call the 30.
Yeah.
Not going to call a raise. Hopefully the big blind doesn't try to mess around. Nothing again.
Check it.
It's not even something that's a good hand to bluff at because we can't even back into something. There's no straight that we can get. There's no flush that we can get. If another heart comes, we're dead. There's that other heart. Now there's a flush possibility out there. Straight possibility out there. It's a good card to bet at, that ace. Got a caller.
Somebody's on the queen. Oh.
Flush. Just what we're worried about.
Yeah.
Jack 9 is a mediocre hand at best.
Nice hand. Definitely nice hand.
Okay. We are the dealer button. I think we're actually going to raise here.
You're
Okay.
gonna raise?
Yeah, so we've got some flat calls all the way around. This might potentially just scare some people out.
Scare people out.
There's a fold. There's a fold. There's a fold. With these flat calls, a lot of them don't have a good hand.
Well, if they have a good hand, then they definitely paired on that one.
Yeah. It's rough. He took the play away from me.
Not aggressive. And we got
If he
shut
hadn't
down.
bet there, I would have bet there.
Yeah.
He probably knows that. These blinds are so big. If I just get some calls, and next time he won't get
What
the
was
chance.
that? Next time you won't get the chance.
Open up chat. Yeah, just next time he won't get the chance. I don't know what that was in response
Yeah.
to. All right, we're gonna try to just take these. I'm probably gonna get called by one person, knowing that I'm probably doing this out of frustration. Yep. Oh, come on, 5. Come on, 5. No!
Oh,
It's
not too
rough.
much. Man, it's been tough with these sitting ghosts today.
You know what? Let's do a shootout. It's going to be a different type of game for sure, especially with round 1. Shootout has not been... Sorry, a sit and go has not been our friend. Now what you're going to see is a bunch of people go all in on this first hand.
Yes.
Just waiting for it to happen.
Here comes
If I don't see it, I'm going to be very surprised. There's a small raise.
All
Waiting
in.
for the all in.
Come on, all in. Do it. Nope.
It's going to be... Are we going to see somebody actually play good poker at this? Okay, wow.
All right.
That's surprising. I wouldn't be thrilled with a pair of 10s here. Actually, you know what? I would be pretty happy. I think if somebody had a king or a jack, that would have made them shove all in at these lower limit games. Pretty uneventful first hand. Yeah, we might go check out a cash game for the remaining time.
So great.
There's the all-in.
Yeah.
The incredibly oversized bet. It's almost 50 times.
There's a caller.
All right, people, fold. Okay, so good raise, good first call. Bad last two calls,
Wow.
but it paid him off. So now there's going to be a big bully at the table.
That was a huge hand. Back-to-back nines on the turn and in the river.
Yeah.
Hate when that happens.
He was losing until he got that last card. He needed to get exactly what he got on the turn in the river in order to win. Flush draw, which is about a 36-37% chance of winning. So, I'm going to bet half the pot. Small bet. Any heart comes, we're happy. A queen comes, we're relatively happy. A 5 comes, we're happy. That'll give us an open-ended straight. That. I'm going to call this.
You were naming a lot of outs, so I feel like you have to.
There's the flush.
Oh,
There it is.
nice.
Got it.
He was all in with top pair.
Yeah. He's probably going to shove on this hand as well. Just out of frustration. Doesn't really matter what his whole cards are. Everyone's pretty quiet at this table. Let's send around a drinks table.
There we go. Everybody gets a drink.
Somebody's
except
underage,
for...
I guess. Or just their trophy.
Yeah.
We couldn't replace. I'll call 10 to get raised another 70. Oh, look at that. I'll go ahead and call that in the hopes of just knocking him out. 7 or 4. There's a 7.
Anybody's game.
And he's gone.
There we go.
He just had such a small chip stack, and we had so much that the extra 70 was worth it in order to have a chance at knocking him out of the tournament.
It's so frustrating. I hate being on the receiving end of
that.
Yeah.
Exactly what we just did to him.
The back-to-back hands, like, oh man, can I win something?
Not in a great position still. It's $10 to call. If anyone had an ace or a jack, I might have expected them to actually raise before the flop, especially the small-handed, short-handed, I mean. But I did get 2 callers there.
Oh,
Maybe they're going for the flush, you think?
possibly. Oh man, you're being super
Oh,
aggressive.
snap call. Okay, so he had already selected call before we even bet.
I think he's sitting on the ace.
Yeah, let's check it at this point.
Oof.
How is
Really?
how is he betting that quickly?
I have no clue.
Maybe he was just quickly tapping raise.
Likely.
It's $20. I'll call the $20. I think he has a great hand, but he only bet $20.
Show us ace.
The full house.
Did
So
not
it was
see that
not a bad
coming.
bet by us on the flop because he had the bottom pair. He just happened to turn the 2, which he showed his hand by just pre-selecting the bet.
Sure.
Gave it away. Fold this.
There's a tip as well too, right? Like maybe you want to avoid selecting, the
Yeah, I
the
mean,
automatic call or call any. I mean, you definitely want to have or make your opponents think that you're, kind of questioning your move, even if you do have
yeah, definitely. It makes sense for things like if you have every intention of just checking or folding because you're giving up the hand, you don't have
the check
anything.
fold. Yeah, sure.
That makes sense, but something like a raise or a snap call, you don't want to pre-select that because somebody will see that you did that ahead of time, so you must really like your hand. It just gives away what you have. It's pocket nines. Like I said, smaller pair, but there's only 4 of us this time. 3 of us now. Okay, follow this up with a
Raise
bet.
it again.
Not really afraid of a straight or a flush here, so it can be a relatively smaller bet. If somebody has the ace, they have the ace. Can't really do anything about that. We haven't beat unless they have the ace.
Well, he's definitely playing like he has an ace. One more time.
Do you want to go all in on this?
Sure, give it a go.
It's gonna be. I mean, if he doesn't have the ace, it's gonna be hard for him to call. Even with a weak ace, it's tough for him to call.
There we go. I feel like if we didn't go all in, he would have.
He might have pushed us over the top.
Yeah.
In which case, it's tough for us to call. So you have to think about that too. If I do this, what will my opponent do, and then how will I be able to respond to that? So don't just think about your current move. Think about what you're going to be able to do after it. Now, one thing with tournaments, there's a lot more. You'll have to go a lot more in between getting paid off in a tournament than if you're playing at a cash game. If you're playing at a cash game and you're just playing well and you're playing well consistently, you'll more consistently just go up in your chip stack. Whereas with the tournament, you have to come in first, second, or third in order to win. And so you might just go, 4 or 5 times playing a tournament without even winning, even though you're playing well. So that's something to think about too. If you want more of an immediate reward, the cash game might be your way to go. If you don't want this vast fluctuation between your highs and your lows. Okay, so we have a gut shot here. Ace on board that might scare somebody.
Do you prefer cash games or tournaments?
So I actually play
when you're playing for reals.
When I'm playing for reals, I prefer cash games for that reason. Tournaments, it's a lot of time that you're investing, because tournaments in the real world will take hours, not minutes like this does. So to play for hours and just not get anything out of it, it's not something that I would enjoy. I also,
unless you're playing for entertainment purposes?
Unless you're playing for entertainment, like if you're playing with friends or something, sure, yeah. Also, there's different styles of play based on whether you're playing in a tournament or a cash game. And a lot of times, the correct move for you to make in a tournament would be a terrible move for you to make in a cash game. For example, if you are in a tournament and you start off with 1,000 chips and now you're down to your last 50, you might think, okay, well, I'm just going to have to go all in here because I only have 50 chips left and I'm not going to be able to play for much longer. It doesn't really matter what my 2 whole cards are. That's a terrible decision if you're in a cash game, because in a cash game, you can always just stand up and walk away.
Yeah, I was just going to make that statement.
You can buy in with more money if you want.
Sure.
That 50, you're just throwing it away if you decide to play a bad hand with it. So it's those type of decisions that I feel that I do a lot better in cash games.
And knowing when to cut your losses.
Knowing when to cut your losses and run. Yeah. Nothing here. Go ahead and take it down with 40. All right, so we've got about 10 minutes left.
10 more minutes left in the show.
Should be able to wrap this up in that period of time. We are second in chips. It's 8:30. Might actually be gone pretty soon.
We're not doing too bad right now.
Yeah, I'm saying that. What is this? The name is.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll fold.
What do we got?
Carol. Carol might be gone fairly soon, is what I'm saying.
Carol. Hi, Carol.
Best of luck to you all in. Does not look good.
Ooh.
Carol is ahead.
Nice pickup.
10-6 offsuit. I don't have to pay for it. I'm not going to play it.
That was a bit of an aggro play by our chip leader. That last hand.
Yeah. Did you see what he had there? I was busy talking a little bit still.
I believe he had 8-9 offsuit.
Well, he knew it was for Carol's tournament life, so.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, this would have been perfect for us.
This would have been a nice hand for us.
Until that spade.
Yep, spade.
It's most likely they don't have a flush, but it always scares you.
Or the straight. The king just kind of...
Yeah, queen would have been straight there. 5-7 clubs. We'll have good position on the chip leader. Bottom pair.
Got one.
Let's do a feeler bet to see where we are. Let's put out 120. Okay, got one person gone. Might be able to get away with it if I bet a little stronger this time.
I think Carol's folding right now. Oh no, she
No.
calls.
Oh!
But he just
Hit the set.
set. Nice.
Okay, proper bet sizing. Don't want to go too much. Try to get some value out of this. Maybe actually try to get her to raise here.
Yeah, 360. Yeah.
Oh, snap fold.
She's seen that coming.
She had pre-selected the betting. 2-7 off.
Do it. Oh, wow. All right.
3 times big blind.
3 times the big blind.
Watch, just wait for somebody to re-raise me. Didn't get it.
Oof.
Would have been great, but you know, we represented that we had a big hand, so just follow through with a bet here.
Yes. Let's continue to pretend that we do.
Our story fits. We were
There
acting
it
like we
is.
had an ace or a king.
I like that takedown.
Kings came,
That's
and-
probably one of our better played hands of the
A 2-7
afternoon.
offsuit, yeah. It's important to be consistent with your story. So if you bet like you have something when you actually don't, and then like kings come on the board, it's a good idea for you to bet there because everyone thinks that you have the thing that just came on the board.
Yeah, definitely. We don't want to.
Oh, there would have been a full house here.
That would have been nice. But you can't play them all. Or can you? You can.
You
but
can. Don't know if that'll work well for you. Good position. Got an ace, four-handed. Let's raise it. 3 big
All right.
blinds. Might see a little pushback. There's the pushback.
Ooh.
That's rough.
Yeah, that is rough.
I'm thinking
I'm thinking you
two
should
face
fold
cards or a
that.
pocket pair.
Yeah. That's
Maybe
what,
Carol will call.
Yeah,
Get knocked
hopefully
out.
Carol. No. I really wanted to know what he had.
Yeah.
He was playing it like he had pocket pair.
All right, let's wrap it up, folks. Let's finish this tournament. The blinds are actually pretty small still.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I don't know if it's been going slower or just we've been winning more, so it's not affecting us as much. I'm not going to pretend like I have anything because I didn't do anything before.
Oh, excuse me. I'm over here yawning. Even though I'm having a great time here. I'm not bored at all.
Yeah, you guys can fight over this pot. I don't care. It's very small. I have nothing. Well, now I have pair sevens. Seems to be the pattern. I fold and then the good cards come. Queen would give a straight. Club, 2 clubs would give a flush. Ace, king, 10, or jack would be an overcard to us with a pair. I think it's going to be a call.
Queen, she nailed it. Oh, that's a split. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it was an easy call there. It was only 500 more chips, including somebody's turning life on the line, and you had 3,000 yourself. So even if you didn't have the straight, maybe if you just had like a ace, you could have called that. 30 more, out of position. Hopefully no raise. Great. Okay, ooh. All right, so we have the flush draw. We have the straight draw. This is actually a good hand for us. Hopefully nobody else has a club. Okay. Just take down the blinds. Yeah, so a 9 would have given us the straight. Any club would have given us the flush. The most worrisome thing would be somebody might have a higher club than a 7.
We got 5 minutes left. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that we try to win this in the next 5 minutes. There's the bet. 960 more. That'll put us at 2,000. I'll put her up at 2,000.
I think we should call.
All right, I question this, but because we're pressed for time.
It's definitely not the best move. And oh wow! And she had pocket.
Oh my gosh!
She had aces.
Oh!
Wow, that was awesome.
I'm so
Sorry, Carol. Jeez.
I'm just excited for when people finally see it.
Yeah.
In the chat.
That was great.
Yeah. Let's erase it. Yeah. There you go. That'll teach people not to mess with us.
Absolutely.
Fine, we can check.
Check.
Now we have a straight. They might have a flush.
Put them all in.
I'm not going to give him the chance to re-raise me because it'll be tough. Actually, you know what? They might have the flush. That's okay. If you have the flush, you have the flush.
Does he have the flush?
Probably. That's my guess. No!
Oh,
Wow! Okay,
man.
we might win this one.
I think so.
Oh, I thought we had put them all in.
I thought so too.
Dang it. Really? Why'd you raise...
Fold. Let's just wait.
Fold.
Yeah.
I had hoped that he would just call, and then we would have been able to just check it down in the hopes of getting this person out, which now has more money. Just call.
Oh man.
Oh.
Oh.
If a 3 comes, they both have 2 pair.
Yeah. 7.
Okay. Now it's heads up.
Takes. Now
It is a different
now
game.
we're heads up poker. Yes.
This is exciting. Oh, and to start off with. All right, so normally not that great of a hand, but there's only 2 of us. So let's do
No, that's a
3
cool
big
bet.
blinds.
I think he's in raises. Oh, just calls.
Okay, now I'm afraid because there's 2 overcards. 2K. Did you hit something with your 2K?
Are we gonna find out? No.
Lay it down. King 8. He's a pretty good player.
We're winding down here.
Got about 2 minutes left, and then
Yeah.
we'll
Let's.
call it quits.
King 8. Is this our hand?
This is
No.
not our hand. If this guy raises, that's actually pretty good for us, because he's just going to be... Seems like he's consistently raising if he does, but he did not. All right, king might be the best. Pair aces, king high.
Unless he's slow playing it. Let's find
He'd
out.
take our $80 if he's slow playing it. That's fine.
Oh. Okay.
Well done. 8-10 clubs.
Everyone's a winner.
Always got to raise that dealer button pretty much every time if your head's up, almost regardless of what you have. Down.
Yeah, I feel like this is just gonna go back and forth.
Yeah. No. Please do that every time, though. That'll make
Yeah.
it very easy for us. All right, raise. Doesn't matter what we have. That's okay. If he does that every time, I'll be happy. Queen 7.
Call.
Pair queens.
He's gonna fold.
You think so?
Yeah. There it is. We're playing
2s.
all in.
All right, now we're hoping that he does the same thing he's done 3 times now. Go ahead, put me all in.
He's thinking about it. Oh, he just called. Oh no. Let's go all in.
You think?
Yeah. Let's see if he's gonna fold again.
Unless he has a 10 here. It's too tough.
No, I think he was probably sitting on some face. Oh. Did he hit the
No. Why did he call that? He's hoping to get the 9, I guess?
Yeah, maybe he was putting us on face cards.
Wow.
There we go.
One with pocket 2s. We
we'll
did
take it. We'll take it.
All right, and with
It
that, I
took-
think we're going to probably wrap up the broadcast.
That is it. Thanks for joining today's stream. And it took us a few tournaments.
Like we were talking about,
Yeah.
you don't win every tournament. It takes you a
No.
while, but we're net positive, so that's good.
Cool. Awesome. Well, you can catch us again tomorrow.
It'll be a different group of folks.
be a
It'll be
different group of folks.
poker styles and personas. We will be on again next Wednesday, and then also on Friday will be another poker tips and tricks, but that will be with a different group of people. Probably Will and Zach, I think, are the people who usually do that. So look for them. Thanks again for joining us. I am Jared.
And Ravioli here. Catch you guys later.